everybody to the Team Chess Battle 2. I'm Women's Grandmaster Dina Belankaya, and today we have our first matchup of the legendary Team Cramling, Anna and Pia together, and they are fighting against Team Chess Kid, Mike Klein and Alice Lee. Welcome guys, how are you feeling? Team Cramling, let's start the show with you guys.
I am so excited about this. I have always wanted to be in the same team as my mom for something like this. And it's I hope I don't get too roasted by my own mom, but apart from that, I feel great. It's going to be a lot of fun.
No, I think the same also.
Super excited. Pia, is that the first time you were in such a format?
Yes, that is first time we play together. I was in a format like this last year with Peter Leko. And but now, but with Anna, absolutely the first time, and it is almost like the first time anyway for me.
That's so lovely to hear. And on the other side, we have chess officer of Chess Kid, Mike Klein. How are you doing? How confident are you in your partner, Alice Lee, the American's promising female chess player, future grandmaster, maybe?
I don't want to put pressure on her like that, but yes, we do hope she makes Grandmaster. I'm very excited. You know, I've known Alice since she was like 10. We had a little strategy session, and I told her, don't think of me as Uncle Mike. If I mess up, you have to call me out like any other person. So that's the big challenge with Alice. You know, don't treat me like an elder, even though my last rated game was before Chipotle existed. But let's not talk about that.
Yeah, Mike, we were talking about it. So you actually made your IM title before Alice was born.
Yeah, I didn't even make IM, but thank you for that free title. I put all of my craft into the teaching of chess. So, and one of my big things I ever did with Chess Kid is I invited Alice to an event like 5 years ago, and now I look like a genius because Alice has become, you know, mini GM Alice.
Right. So as this format goes, it does involve some trash talking. So you guys should be kind of trying, to figure each other. Mike, do you have like this kind of the go-to roast line against Cramlings?
Well, that's just it. I know only two things in Swedish. One I cannot pronounce because I've asked the chess kids to come and watch this show. And the other is I can just say thank you. I did put on Twitter that we're going to be more wholesome than they are. That's going to be the challenge. We're going to be more kid-friendly than they are. Because, I mean, look, they're so fun and nice people. Now, if we advance and I play like, let's say, Danny, my boss, oh, yeah, then it's on. Alice, you're going to have to wear earmuffs for the entire match during the interview segment. For this one, look, this is my plan. Get Anna giggling the whole time so she can't make good chess moves. And
Excuse me, that's not going to happen. I will be focused on the chess, Mike. I'm not going to sit there and be giggling during the chess. I am fully ready for this. The only trash talk that we want to do is going to be on the chessboard, and me and my mom have prepared our whole lives for this moment.
Okay.
Wow.
Alice, I want you to do the trash talking. I mean, I know this is not your forte, but give it a shot.
Speaking of which,
I don't think I can successfully trash talk, but yeah, I mean, not.
See, you know why Alice is worried? She literally swapped out Wesley So for me because she played last time, and Wesley was her partner, and now she gets little old me. Like that's something that's going to make her want to trash talk.
Well, Mike, I do have to break it to you that looking at the bracket of this tournament, you will not be getting Dunny that soon. Speaking of, if you win your today's match, you will still have to fight 2 more players before you actually get to Danny. So it's a long run, but in any case, I do wish you guys lots of luck. Yes, so looking at the format of this event, just want to remind you guys, first of all, the lower rated player makes moves, which means, Mike, you're gonna be handling the mouse, especially in those time crumbles, as well as Anna. Some pressure on you guys, maybe not. Maybe you'll bring luck to your teams. And it's gonna be a 15 plus 10 time control. You can communicate anytime, which is super important. And first to get 1.5 points wins the match. But we hope to see some Armageddon, aren't we? Anyway, guys, This is gonna be super exciting. I'm super excited. We're super excited. I guess it's time to send you back to your team so that you can figure out the strategy for the match.
Sounds good. Good luck, Cramlings. It's my honor to play both of you.
Thank you. Good luck, Team Chess Kid as well. Super fun to play, you guys. See you on the other side.
Nice.
And here we go.
Okay, Alice, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I mostly prepared as black, which I'm not going to talk about now because there's no point. So we're just playing knight f3, g3, bishop g2. I looked up and neither of the Cramlings have really faced a proper King's Indian attack setup, so I don't know what they're going to play. But we're going to go more for e4 than c4 systems. Is that right?
Like knight f3, g3.
Bishop
Yeah.
g3, castle, d3, I presume.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, usually when I play actually, it depends on what they play. Like, if they play, knight f6, on move one, then I think probably c4 is possible. But okay, we can also play the ready. But if they play d5, also g3 is probably better to go to. And then there's like a lot of setups that they can choose. I mean, like I don't really have too much knowledge of it, but I played a lot in Bullet, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've played the King's Indian attack a lot. Obviously, you're not going for a lot, but it probably takes them out of any... Actually, it kind of sounds like they didn't do any prep, noticing how she's setting up her stream at the last minute. You know, she probably just does so many broadcasts. So, okay. All right, so we're going to try to get ahead on the clock a little bit, even though it might not mean as much when it's 15 plus 10, but...
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't let you talk much during the interview there, but that's the only time that I want that to happen. I want you talking a lot, telling me what to do.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to focus on the chess. You know, we're usually like entertainers, and I'm trying to make the audience, you know, like understand. So it's actually really weird that most of my talking is going to be about actual chess because I'm trying to do well for you and for our team.
Yeah.
Thanks, Simon. Okay, we did script out our first move, but I don't know if the audience can hear us yet, but Alice, you can go ahead and tell me the first move, even though we've already scripted it out.
Knight f3.
Okay, there we go. I didn't want the audience starting out by thinking I was controlling all of the action for our team. So I'm going to assume we have a live mic at all times. And we did plan that out, audience. Deep prep right there. Knight f3. Look how confused they are. Our strategy is already working. We're up on the clock. Everything's working out great. I wonder if this game is rated. Probably not. It can't be because I got help from a superstar. Okay, they're already flummoxed. This is great. Okay, Alice, I think we know what to do. We're going to play g3, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so g3. They don't know what to do. They don't teach this in Sweden. Sorry. I promised the audience I would be less of an entertainer and more of a chess player, but for right now, there's not much to talk about. All is going according to script. Okay, knight f6. I think we're just playing bishop g2 here. We're not playing c4 right away, are we?
Yeah, bishop g2 is natural for like knight f3, g3 sequence.
Yeah, I like keeping the central pawn sort of counterattack, you know, malleable, so we can play c4 or e4 later on. I guess we could even play d4, but that wasn't really the setup we were going for. If we start playing a Catalan, then I need the ghost of Alex Vaitkevich to come help us. And you don't know who that is, but I had to play him 3 times when he played the Catalan as white.
Oh, they're going for a Slav.
Yeah, so just castle?
Yeah, I think castle is fine. I think c4 is also a move, but okay, yeah, I mean castle is also
Yeah. There's nothing they can do to stop us from playing c4 on the next move, so
yeah.
seems like we can just castle. Keep them guessing. So again, left to my own devices, I would play d3, knight d2. But if you're more comfortable with c4 setups, we could go for that as well.
Yeah, because I think like c4. I'm not sure if there's like any theory with dc4, knight a3. Um,
Yeah,
Probably like
maybe.
c4, e6. But we can also maybe try to play some like b3, bishop b2, d3, knight d2 setups. I
Okay.
guess there's also like nothing wrong with starting with d3 immediately.
So you do want to play d3?
We can play d3.
Okay. Yeah, that way we don't have to calculate any kind of d takes c4 stuff.
I think the
Uh,
main thing is probably if like black tries to go for e5 immediately, like with knight d7. In which case, like in some scenarios, I think with c4, white might play d4. Yeah. Um,
okay, so this is the big question because we're going to play c4. Well, we're
I
going
think maybe h3 is good here because like just like asking black whether they want to take the knight on f3 or
yeah, I don't
like
mind kicking the bishop, but when the bishop moves, are we going to play knight bd2 and keep our options open for one more move?
knight d2 probably e5. Mm, I
Yeah.
mean, like I'm not too sure about the theory in this position.
Okay.
Probably queen e1 is a move, and then after e5, just playing e4. Um, yeah, but like I don't really know any of this theory.
Okay. I mean, left to my own device, I'd play knight d2, but I think queen e1 is often a viable plan to get out of the pin as well. So knight d2, e5, e4. We can put our queen on e2 because there's no knight coming to d4 anytime soon. It's just a chess game. So
Yeah.
you pick knight d2 or queen e1.
We can play knight d2, I guess.
Okay. Okay, we're even on the clock. That's not so bad. Wanted to be up a little bit more, but we did actually have some real decisions to make here. So yeah, they're going to play e5.
Yeah, I guess like e5, we probably will have to play e4. I mean, like it's not necessary. We could play something else, but also there's not too much else to play. Queen e1 is probably also a possibility. But I think at some point we're gonna have to play e4 anyways.
Yeah, I would just play it right away because then we might end up sticking the queen on e2 and saving ourselves a tempo.
Yeah,
So you want to just go ahead and play e4?
yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, I feel like I've had this type of position many times. I'm not saying it's like awesome, but it's just a chess game, and we for a washed up player like me who doesn't know any theory, kind of want to just get through the opening. I did do some prep for black, so if my mic is on and people are listening, okay. So queen e2 or c3 and bring the queen around the other way.
I think c3 is usually yes possible because here I don't think they can get like knight c5, knight d3 in quickly because they'll probably play queen c2, rook d1. So yeah, c3 is. I think c3 is a good move.
C3 is a little risky because of the knight c5 idea,
Yeah,
but
but it's. I think after like knight c5, we can just play queen c. Okay, I mean if knight c5 immediately, we can probably not d4. That's a bit too much. But after queen c2, we'll have ideas of knight c5 and d4 or d4 immediately.
so I don't. They're going to keep the tension in the center. Do we really want our queen on c2 anyway? If we put our queen on e2 and they castle, can we just play g4 and then knight h4? Like that's what I would do.
Yeah, I mean I like the idea of like c3, queen c2, rook d1.
Okay, so you're
Um,
going to play that way because you're not going to play for this g4 expansion.
I
Okay.
mean g4 is usually probably like only really good, I guess, like to try to get out of the pin, and we can always play g4 also if we play c3, queen c2.
Okay, so c3, got it. Okay. I was wondering if there was a line if we could have played g4, d4, but I don't think our e4 pawn was solid enough for that.
Yeah, probably like not. If we had a rook on e1, maybe.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get ready if they castle. Do you want to just play queen c2?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, queen b3 I don't think puts enough pressure on the position, and we're going to get hit with knight c5. So Okay, so castle. I'm going to play queen c2 rather quickly just to try to get a little bit of edge on the clock, assuming they castle. If that's
Yeah.
cool with you. Interestingly, I did a bit of a dive into Anna's games, and at least when she's white and she plays d4 and she gets into some sort of King's Indian attack defense position, she likes to resolve the tension in the center. So queen c2?
Yeah.
So I know we're not playing just Anna, but for my small reconnaissance, she doesn't like to keep tension in the center. But that's obviously a different position. And when you put your pawn on c6, it's obviously easier to leave a pawn on d5. Okay, anyway, that's not important information right now. I don't know why I just said that, but it is something. Go ahead.
Here, maybe we can consider something. I mean, I like putting the work on e1 or d1 first, but also like just knight h4, knight f5 should always be a very viable idea because the bishop on h5 is not doing much. So eventually,
I
eventually, I'm
agree.
not what black is going to end up doing with the bishop. Because usually, like I think in some positions, black just takes on f3, but they play bishop h5, so maybe okay. I guess the point of rook e8 is like knight h4 can be met with bishop f8.
Yeah. Let's not play g4 now because she's got this knight f8, knight e6, knight f4 idea, maybe. So if we're going to play for our knight to f5, I don't like playing g4 first. We just play knight h4.
Yeah. Do you like rook d1 or rook e1 better? Because I feel like the only problem with the rook on d1 is that there's a pin, but I don't think that pin is very serious. I mean,
Well,
it does prevent us from playing knight h4, knight f5, but again, like I think if we play like rook d1, knight f1, we can even get like knight e3, knight f5 in.
okay, so yeah, that has to be our plan. If we play rook d1, obviously we're not playing knight h4. If we play rook e1, we can play knight h4. So rook d1, and we'll go with your plan of knight f1.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if we play knight f1, are they going to play knight c5 and put a lot of pressure on e4?
I guess they could because if we play something like g4, bishop g6, I mean we could play knight h4 in that position.
Keep in mind, we can't play g4, bishop g6, knight h4 anymore because when they play knight,
I
we don't have knight takes g6 hitting a rook on f8 if they discover attack our knight. Oh, maybe we can though. You're right because knight takes g4, knight takes g6.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like to look at knight takes e4, yeah, because there if like playing knight takes e4 back, then bishop takes e4 might be possible, but there should be fine. Like d takes e4, queen takes h4, you can take on d5. I'm not sure like how to evaluate that position. We do have a bishop pair, but we did create some weakness with g4 on the f4 square, although it's not clear like how they can get any piece to f4 or
Yeah.
how serious it would be. Because of course, like the g4 pawn is preventing knight f6, knight h5. They can probably take on d5, rook takes d5, rook
Okay.
e6 maybe. But yeah, I mean then we have the two bishops. It should be fine.
So if they play knight c5 here to stop knight f1, are we just going to play b4? I guess I think we are. That's why they're not playing knight c5.
Yeah, but actually I was thinking of like b4 in the instead of rook d1, but I think they're like a5 is probably possible. But if they play knight c5, I guess they might try to reroute the knight to e6.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, but
I've had some games, and I know when I say games, I mean like 30 years ago, where I weakened f4 and it cost me. Okay, so back to our position. They didn't do anything to stop knight f1. Now, if we play knight f1 and they trade on e4 and then they play knight c5, we don't have time to play b4.
yeah.
So knight f1, they trade once and play knight c5.
Yeah, I feel like maybe we should have done like rook e1 first because like if we're gonna play knight f1 and move like the bishop anyway, then we'll get the other rook to d1. And I think here the rooks are best on d1.
You're probably right. So why don't we do
when
this? Knight f1, and if they trade on e4 and play knight c5, we just burn the tempo to play rook e1, and we just accept, okay, we lost the tempo.
Yeah, because then we're playing like bishop g5 next, and the
Okay,
knight will have.
so knight f1 would go with that?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's no tricks. Okay. I'm a little worried about our e-pawn, but okay, that's fine. It's just a tempo if we end up playing rook e1. We're up 30 seconds. I'd rather be up 30 seconds and lose a tempo. Actually, I'm not so sure if I agree with that. But, all right. They might play a5 just to make knight c5 more of a real deal.
Yeah. Because I guess like here, I mean, I'm not sure where we're developing our bishop on c1, honestly. Like we can consider bishop e3, of course, but after like knight c5, I'm not sure if it's ideal there. We might have to play like rook e1 and rook d1 anyways, and just like accept that rook d1 might have been a bit inaccurate.
Yeah, that's okay. I do like this idea of g4 a little bit more now because it's just really, well, it's actually not so hard for them to get a piece to f4 because they've got knight c5, knight e6. Okay, let's see how it plays out. But I'm okay with losing a tempo.
I mean, we can play like g4, knight g3, and knight h4, and
Yeah.
like the bishop on g6 is just terrible, and I don't know how they'll be able to get it back into play. I mean, like it's hitting the e4 pawn, but if we defend the e4 pawn and they can't do anything about it, then it's just not doing anything.
Yep. Now, let's also watch out for this idea of them trading once on e4, playing knight c5, rook e1, and them taking with one of their knights, and we play rook takes playing bishop g6. It shouldn't work because we move our knight on f3. We should be able to guard our rook plenty of times, but just want to watch out for just throwing an idea out there just in case it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, at least they're running a lot of time now, so.
Yeah. That was
like the other two just battle, I think the time control was 10 minutes. But now it's 15 minutes, and I'm not sure, like the increment might have gone from 5 to 10. So, yeah, time is less of an issue here. But of course, like eventually we will probably both still get low on time. So it's good that we have like a 2-minute time advantage now.
You're right. I have noticed that just the little talking that we're doing still cost us 4 minutes. Like the talking takes time. And your match with Wesley, you guys didn't do a lot of deep lines in your first game. And I think that was really helpful. It was just like, yeah. Of course, it was also just Wesley being like, yeah.
Yeah.
But okay. So they're going for the knight c5 stuff. We know that now.
Okay, now that they play Queen c7, what do you think about g4 and
yeah, that's the natural idea because they can put a knight on g3. So
yeah, because like they don't have any discovered attacks now. So
you ready for it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
g4 after g6, probably knight h4. And we can play knight g3 after. It doesn't really matter, but I think also it's good to have the option to play knight e3. Probably knight h4 here.
Let's pick one. I'm going to be like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Sometimes to be like, is that your final answer, just to save time? So
yeah.
I don't care, but do you have a preference for either one?
I like knight g4. Sorry, knight h4.
Okay.
Because I think also keeping some options open to play knight e3, for example, if they don't play knight c5 next, knight e3 will put a bit of pressure on the pawn on d5.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Yeah, there might be one or two times, I hope you don't take this as rude, where like you're sure and you're telling me why it's the case, and I'm going to be like, can I make the move? I just want you to be like, this is my final answer. And then you can explain to me later why the move is so good, because I really want to use the clock as a weapon. Okay,
we have to take. I mean, we can take on g6, but it's not necessary because we can always take on g6.
Yeah. Okay. Now, because we're not relying on a rook to guard the pawn, our bishop can hang out on e3. Okay, so we're playing knight g3 now, or we're not taking the bishop, are we?
Yeah, probably not. I mean, we can consider knight f5 here.
You know what? Our knight's going to f5 anyway. It just is. I think we should play knight f5.
Yeah, knight f5. My only concern is like if they play bishop f8 and then at some point they try to play h5.
Yeah, but then we can play g5.
Yeah, so I think probably knight f5 is good first.
Okay, before I play it, Alice, if we play knight f5 and they trade, we take back with our e pawn. Are we worried about getting hit with e4? I don't think so, but we're losing control of the d3 square.
We can take back with the g pawn, I guess. I think it's like it just like keeps. I mean, like they might get knight h7, but
I kind of want to change my mind. I want to play knight g3, so when we play knight f5 and they take with the bishop, we can have the option of taking with the knight to shut down the diagonal.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But like, what I like is like with knight f5, I kind of want to play knight e3. Actually, okay, knight g3 is also fine.
Okay. The only line I'm worried about if we play knight f5 is if they trade, we take back with the e pawn and they play e4. and then things are getting a little dicey.
Yeah. I mean, we can take back with the G pawn. I mean, there's some knight h5, knight f4, but I guess knight g3 first is fine.
Okay, I'm going for safety. I'm just a safer player. I was just really worried about her knight getting into d3. So there's not much lost here by playing knight g3. I get that the knight on e3 is nice, but our bishop might need the e3 square as well.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty decent position. Okay,
so
I guess knight f4.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're just putting our knight on h to f5.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and play that.
I mean, they'll play bishop f8, but yeah. I think after bishop f8, we can... I mean, they're going to play knight f4 next. So I think, like, after bishop f8, I would probably consider knight e2.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. We don't have to worry about being able to take back on f5 with the knight anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like, knight f4 is still possible there. But then we can even consider, I guess, taking and... okay.
Knight e2 I'm okay with if you want to go ahead and pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, knight f4 still looks like a very decent move for black.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think we can take advantage that the f4 pawn is momentarily weak.
We're close to being able to taking and playing queen d2, but we're going to get hit with rook d8.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they want to play it because... But, like, the problem is, I guess, like, it's just like after knight f4 takes, and then if we play f3, they can take on f5. And after e takes f5, knight d5, and if g takes f5, knight h5. So, yeah. I mean...
Well, if they play knight f4, let me throw this at you. If they play knight f4, can we play bishop e3?
Yeah, I think we can, because I don't think knight takes g2 is too big of a concern.
Yeah, I don't either. They're taking a clearly terrible bishop. Okay. They're delaying the question, so you want to connect our rooks and play bishop e3 or what?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I don't really see what else to do. Okay.
Well, here, knight f4 is not as effective because we can take and play bishop d4. And the problem with knight f4, if we took knight takes f4 immediately, would be that our bishop is bad. But now, like, if we play bishop d4, our bishop looks quite good.
Yeah, that's good analysis. I didn't notice that, but you're exactly right. Okay, we're up 3 minutes. This is good. And I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing the computer might actually like black, but I'm not sure. Well, the point is, I'm not sure he's better, but I know we're following our strategy being up 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, is there ever a time we pre-move with a 10-second increment? Rook on a takes d1.
I mean, yeah, we can pre-move it because, like, we're not playing queen takes d1, but I don't think they'll take on d1.
Yeah.
They couldn't play rook d8, but yeah, it seems... I'm not sure what our plan is in this position.
You know what? If we trade all of the heavy pieces, the queenside pawns for black might be a little bit weak with bishop b6 ideas. I don't know. It's not much to grasp at, though.
Do you think they'll play bishop c5 here?
Yeah, they could. But then if we trade, we divert the knight away from where it wants to go. It really wants to go to f4.
Yeah, but I can always go back to e6. Like, if I were black here, I would be considering bishop c5 quite seriously. I mean, it's obviously not worth... I don't think it's... Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's interesting, because you were just going to trade knights and play bishop d4. So did they have something planned, like an f3 pawn sack to get the queen in our position or something? I don't think they do.
No, I mean, maybe they want to play knight d7. Actually, that's the point. I guess, like, knight d7 and they're threatening c5, trapping the bishop.
Okay. But we could play c3 to keep the bishop on the diagonal, correct?
c4, yeah, we could. I mean, it's also probably not necessary to...
By the way, if we... Okay, that's true. But I'm not afraid of the c5 idea if we can just play c4. We'd actually be thinking about ideas of playing queen c3 and targeting g7 3 times.
Yeah, I mean the knight gets a very good e5 square.
That's true.
So yeah, once knight e5 is played, it could be potentially annoying.
So another idea here is to trade rooks, bring the other rook to d1, and if everything comes off the board, our queen can get to d2 and kick the knight out of there.
Yeah, I actually like the idea of rook takes d8, rook takes d8, rook d1. I think it's very decent. And no, let's not wait. There's rook takes d1, queen takes d1, knight takes g2, and taking on e4.
Yeah. Okay. Good point. Good blunder check there. King f1 looks weird.
Yeah, probably not king f1.
The idea was to trade rooks and play queen c1, but no, it's too weird.
Do you think knight g3 is possible? I mean, like we play knight e2 to prevent knight f4, but they play knight f4 anyways. So I guess like the point of knight g3 is just to we're gonna try to exchange rooks next, and it's just like keeping an eye on the e4 pawn.
Okay, so we're giving up on the knight takes, pawn takes, bishop d4 idea because you don't like the knight going back to d7 and then coming into e5. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't think that's good for white.
So we're playing knight back to g3?
Yes.
And we're just kind of accepting the knight on f4 forever.
Yeah. I mean, it's not so great. It's just a knight.
Okay. I mean, I'm not thrilled with the idea, if I'm being honest. But I also don't want to end up in a worse position if we trade and play bishop d4.
Yeah, I mean, knight g3 is...
Okay, I'll play it. You ready? Knight on e to g3?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's going to confuse them. They're like... I'm actually... Oh, wait, they're on the same camera. I didn't even realize that until now. Wait, how did they end up on the same camera? Normally this would be against everything fair play because they're in the same room, but it's totally like... I wonder if Pia had a problem. By the way, Pia has a toaster. That's cheating. She has a toaster helping her. Okay, obviously, let's get back to chess. I'm raising money here for hurricane victims in my state, so I want to be serious. I want to win this game. Okay, now they're just hopping around. Oh, they're going to double their knights. They're going to put the other knight on e6 probably. But now we can play h4. It's an idea we didn't have before because g4 was hanging.
Yeah, h4, h5. h4, f6 also. I guess that might also be their idea.
Yeah, that could be their idea.
What about bishop f1? Just like questioning the knight on f4, what it's doing. If like maybe they want to take and bring the other knight to f4, but if we play bishop f1,
bishop f1. Go ahead.
Yeah.
If we play h4 and they play f6, we have this maybe idea of queen b3 check and putting our bishop on b6 or bishop on c5. Okay, bishop f1, just kind of general purpose move.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because black really wants two knights on f4, but they can only have one at a time. So
yeah.
I'm not gonna. All right. Okay. What do you think about exchanging and playing rook d1?
Yeah, if h4 can be answered by f6 and bishop c4 check doesn't really do much, then we don't have a lot to do.
I mean, I think h4 can be answered with h5.
Okay, so just trade rooks and play rook d1?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. There's a lot of knights coming to d3, but we can swap some of them off the board. You ready for rook d1?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're not really up much time anymore, just a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like this position is, I mean, it's probably not worth much for white, but...
we're not better.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like very hard for either side to do anything.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, we're getting our feet wet though. So h6. Okay, wasn't planning on that move.
B4? I don't know. B4, 96.
Well, B4 they're going to trade and put the knight on e6. Then we have a second hole. We've got a d4 hole.
Yeah, but like we have our piece of their controlling. I guess like b5 there, then c5 might be possible. So yeah, maybe.
Okay. But when they Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, we do have that knight on f5. Okay, you want to change the makeup of the position, play b4, b5 type stuff?
Not really.
Okay. Queen c1 doesn't really do a lot.
Yeah, it's just like a knight d3 is always possible for black there. I mean, we can play f3 here. We can play king h2, just like f3 might create like some weaknesses on the e3 square, which is controlling. But yeah, maybe king h2, so like bishop c4 is possible, just like defending the h3.
Okay, we dipped below on time, unfortunately, but yeah, this is tough because it's like not a position that has like a ready-made plan alongside it.
Okay, I mean, what we can do next, we can play rook d2, queen d1, and try to put pressure.
We'll just go ahead and do it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we got a knight g4 coming, by the way, a knight g5 coming.
Yeah.
I think we care about that, by the way.
Yeah, I think we care about that.
Well, we're gonna have to put the bishop back on g2, I suppose, if that happens.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, this position is just not going too well.
We could also play h4 and just stop knight.
Yeah, actually, I like h4 because if h5, we can always play g5, I think, so it's not too big of a deal, and we're stopping knight g5.
Okay, yeah, knight g5 was a bit more serious than I would have liked to have allowed. So now, yeah, our position's bless you. Our position's getting a little bit loose here. Bless you. Okay, now we're the slower team. That's annoying.
Yeah.
This is where Anna's millions streaming games are going to come in handy. Okay.
Yeah. Do you have a good mouse?
What's that?
Is your mouse?
I have a 10-second increment. I'm gonna use my touchpad. Okay, I do have a mouse, but I figured with a 10-second increment, it better not get down to my mouse skills. Okay, so bishop back. They're going to try to trap our knight with g6.
Yeah, that's a bit annoying. Knight back to e2.
Yeah, that's a sad move to make.
Better than knight h1.
So knight e2 push. Our other knight goes back, and
Queen
we're
e7.
not lost.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for knight e2 or not?
Not really.
Okay.
I just like I don't I like that. Okay, how about this? Rook takes d8, queen takes d8, queen d2, g6, queen takes d8, knight takes d8, knight d4. We get into an endgame.
Okay. So what was the first move?
Rook takes d8.
Okay, I was halfway listening. So rook takes d8, queen takes d8, then what?
Queen d2.
Oh, okay, and then
g6 take. After g6 takes, knight takes d8. We can consider bishop to b6. We can also play knight d4.
Okay.
I mean, like it's not, I don't think it's great for white, but it's also like if okay, queen d2.
Okay, so sorry, if they play g6 here, we're saving our knight by...
We can take on d8 and play knight d4. Because like the thing is like once they play g6,
okay.
Okay, our knight's coming back to f3, so if they play bishop e7, then it's not too big of a deal. The also thing is like if they play g6, then they're completely locking their bishop in.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if they even want to play g6 after knight d4.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think it's a great endgame for white, but I think it's like they might play queen f6 here just to avoid the queen trade. And after queen f6, knight d6, but like some problems with queen takes h4. Yeah, I mean, it's not a pleasant position. I mean, we can play h5, I guess, and after knight g5, bishop g2. And after h5, at least we won't lose any material. If they play g6 again, I think we can take, and after... I don't know if they want to take back with the pawn. Because at least like there we got knight d6, and if we're able to play knight d6 without losing material, then it should be fine. I think at some point we will have to play bishop back to g2, because like knight g5, where it's always possible after h5. I mean, like in general, I don't like this position too much for white. I definitely prefer to be black here after queen f6.
Well, I agree with you there.
But yeah.
So queen f6, I'm very worried about g6. Okay, they played it.
h5, I guess, possible. g6, takes 6, knight d6, knight g5. Yeah, that's a bit annoying.
Okay, well, how do we save our h-pawn? I don't know.
I don't know. I might have to give it up. Let's see. Is there anything? 92. I guess.
How about this? h5. You're worried about g6, right?
Yeah.
What if we trade once and just put our bishop on c4? So if they take our knight, we take back, and the knight on e6 is pinned.
King h8. Oh, then queen d7 maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, queen d7. We're starting to actually get some play.
Yeah, actually, I like that idea.
Okay.
I'm only concerned about if. Okay, if b5, we can consider taking on e6, I suppose, and then we have knight takes h6, obviously, if knight takes e6 back, and if queen takes e6, we will have to hope for the best.
Okay, so let's do some hardcore analysis here. g6, we trade. I was thinking about playing queen d7, actually, and if they take, playing bishop c4, but that may be too much. Our king side's falling apart.
Too much, I think.
Yeah, it's too much, you're right. Okay, it's critical if they play g6, but let's get a couple of moves here quickly, because things are going to get really tactical. g6, I'm taking once. They're going to take back with the pawn, obviously. That's why they would play it. And I'm playing bishop c4. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
b5 is possible.
e5 is possible. True.
We can take on e6, queen takes e6, and it's...
Okay, they didn't play it. So are we playing bishop g2 or bishop e2 now? Bishop g2, I guess, is a little safer.
Yeah, bishop g2, probably.
And our knight's not getting trapped now, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Okay.
It is. Yeah, it is. Well,
Okay, let's think here.
we don't have that much time to think.
That's true. Are we just playing our queen to d7 and trying to capture all the queen side or something? What do you think, bishop g2 or bishop e2?
I mean, we could play queen d7. I'm worried we're getting mated there, but queen d1, g6, take bishop g4, king h8. Yeah, it's a pretty sad position.
Okay, so bishop g2, just try it.
No, because I think if we're playing anything...
Wait a minute. That bishop on h7 is not never going to get out. Bishop g2, g6, right? Yeah. We trade once. We play bishop takes f4 maybe. And when they trade, we take back with the e pawn. And that bishop's... It's very sad.
Okay. Yeah. But there's bishop d6, but okay, sure.
Yeah, bishop d6 is an issue. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, this does not seem to be going... I mean, I probably would have played queen d1 and hoped after g6, take.
Okay, are we taking once, I guess? Wait, are we taking once? I don't think we are.
I mean, if knight h4, then...
I think we're leaving our knight there. What if we just take on f4, pawn takes, queen takes?
Yeah, that might be good. We can go for that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting low on time now, so probably just like you don't have to confirm with me. Queen takes f4 next, and after taking on f5, play e5. I think maybe.
Oh, that's a very smart
Okay,
move.
no, there's take on f4. Wait, yeah. I mean, no, e5. The problem is knight e6. Yeah, that's very annoying.
Okay,
Okay,
but if we take and they play bishop d6, why don't we just retreat our queen and play for f4?
yeah, sure. Take with the e-pawn.
Okay, so if they play bishop d6, we're going to play queen e3, just super quick. Oh, wait, they're going to try to trade queens, maybe. We should play queen d2.
Yeah. I mean, queen e3, they'll play queen e5, but what can you do?
Yeah, actually, maybe we do allow the trade of queens and just back our king up.
Sure. And we can try to pray that we'll survive this endgame.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that bishop takes forever to get out.
After queen e5, we can also play queen a7, just as an idea. There's bishop c5, obviously. Okay, let me think. No, bishop a5, we can take on a5. Queen a7 is interesting because, like, the idea is you're just going to take all the queen side pawns. I mean, you can always trade, but I like queen a7 for counterplay because we're losing anyways.
Wait, why don't we stop on b6? Because
Okay.
then we stop queen b5. We kind of stop because of queen d8. Can we stop on
Sure.
b6? Okay.
Yeah, queen b6 is fine.
Because I was worried if we play queen a7, they play queen b5, and our queen had nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we can always check and play queen d8, but
Okay.
or f6 there. Actually, we're winning. Actually, here, if queen b5,
Maybe we
I mean
trade and
queen
play
d8.
bishop takes b7.
I mean, the thing is like, I don't think there it's a concern. Like queen a7, queen b5, queen a8, because after king g7, we're winning there. I think with f6 and queen. Actually, we're not winning there. The knight.
Are they going to play knight e4 here? Make us take with the bishop?
No, because after bishop takes, there's queen
Then
d8.
queen check, and the bishop can't go back because the queen's hanging. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, or knight e4, we can do queen d8 immediately, and then just take on e4 next move. But yeah.
Okay, they're deep in thought. I'm hoping Pia is reading her a bedtime story. Okay, we got some counterplay. I'm actually reasonably happy with this position compared to a couple seconds ago.
But I think we have to play quicker now. So like queen takes b7.
Okay, I played it. You told me to play quick. I did.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay. They're gonna play knight e4 next, or that I guess.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit critical situation here on our knight.
That's annoying.
What if we take and play f6 check and get our knight to f? Oh, that doesn't really do anything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We should not have allowed bishop c5, but okay, it is what it is, and we're dropping down. Just take and play f6 and hope that we'll survive that endgame.
Okay, but f6 queen takes.
f6 I might play king h8 also. So yeah.
Oh, king h8 is diabolical.
It's a very fun position.
Just
I
f6.
would like to be losing here. Yeah. Well,
King h8 is diabolical. Oh, king h8, we have queen check, bishop back, queen. No, we don't have that. Never mind.
yeah, we don't. Yeah.
Oh my god, they found it.
Annoying.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, second game, and we can hope for Armageddon. Yeah.
We really have nothing in this position?
No, there's nothing.
It's terrible. Okay. All right. We're going to do better in game 2. I got you in a position that's...
It just wasn't like a good position as the opening, but...
Yeah.
Let's checkmate now. Yeah, queen takes c3, queen h4.
Yeah, it's mate, but what was I going to do? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's just like... It probably wasn't so terrible if we hadn't allowed bishop c5, because we were... The thing is, like, bishop c5 previously, I think we might have had some queen takes f5. I'm not sure, but yeah. I mean, okay.
I'm sorry I let you down.
No, that's fine. I think it wasn't such a terrible position if we didn't take on b7, but okay, that was my fault.
No. I mean, we got in trouble when they found this knight trap idea that neither of us thought about, bishop h7, g6, and then we didn't.
Yeah, bishop h7, g6 was smart.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like, it was just I mean, knight g5 was an idea. Probably knight h4 was honestly kind of necessary. It's just like we had to go back with some pieces, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We might have been able to also like trade on d8, play queen d2 or something.
Okay, well, I can see they're very happy, but I'm not giving up. I don't know who the mic is on now if the audience can hear us, so we might have to change.
This disaster up.
It was a disaster. Me and Alice were arguing over who's going to take the blame. Congratulations to the Cramlings. Pia has moved from the top right to the bottom right. I didn't know that transmogrification, or whatever the right term is. We're living in multiple universes here.
We are, Mike. We had some issues in the middle of the game. I almost forgot that we were playing a game of chess, and I just thought, how is this going to happen? I thought I would have to take over the whole game, and that's when I truly felt how much my mom is needed here, because I was panicking when I was sitting there alone, and I had to make the moves. And I just thought, okay, please, Mom, come back somehow. And then, luckily, we are in the same house, so she could, when things went down, come and help out from here. But yeah,
I was okay losing to a legendary grandmaster. But if you look at your camera, Pia, it appears I've lost to a toaster.
It does look like you've lost your toaster. That's my toaster, Mike. I'm sorry that's all you see over there. But no, you haven't. You've lost to Pia and to little input from me, but mostly Pia. But yeah, it was great playing you guys this game. GG's.
GG to you. Yeah. Okay. Pia, you taught us a lesson about outposts on f4. It's a hard lesson to learn, but I'm glad you were my teacher.
So nice. I learned so much this game. I felt like I think this is what I need to do to try to improve at chess.
Alice, start trash talking. Throw them off their game. Come on. Use those words I taught you in Budapest. Or no, use the words that Carissa probably taught you, not me.
Oh, yeah, that's probably, I shouldn't say that on this stream.
I'm curious now. I'm very curious.
All right, guys. And on that note, you do have a little bit of time to think about everything that has just happened, rethink about your strategies for the game number 2. But before that, I am going to introduce you our CCT finals, which are gonna happen in December in Norway from 17th to 21st. The Championships Chess Tour Finals. The top 8 finishers from this year's tour, including Magnus, Alireza, and MVL, will battle over the board for the grand title and the lion's share of the $500,000. And you are invited too. That's right. Tickets to the CCT Finals will go live next week. Use the command CCT Finals in chat or visit go.chess.com/CCTfinals24 for more information. We'll be having a longer break to try and work out Pia's microphone and camera. But then, when we return, Game 2 of Team Chess Battle 2.
On Good Morning America. And for those that don't know, this is a show that I grew up watching when I was getting ready for school as a kid. So it's been on the air forever. Alice, how was that experience for you?
Oh yeah, it was definitely like a really good experience for me to like just be on such a big, I guess, like television program. And it was really great to see like how scenes are run. I got to go backstage. And it was just really cool connecting with so many like different people and news reporters from all around the world.
I'm going to put a link in the chat, although I'm going to ask people not to watch it right now because we've got 90 minutes of Alice time in front of us. But there is a link to your segment there. Now, how was it like? Was there a green room? Did you have a professional makeup artist? Did they feed you lots of snacks? Tell me about what we didn't see on camera.
Yeah, so actually like before the show, so they did do like hair and makeup stuff. And then there was like a bit of like free time before the show. I think like I came an hour or half an hour earlier. And I think like during that time there was like a bit of going over interview questions that might come up, but it was mostly actually just I was teaching one of the Good Morning America staff how to play chess, and she didn't exactly like know any of the rules, so it was kind of fun. Just like teaching how the pieces are worth, how the pieces move, and that sort of stuff.
Do you think the cow opening is a good opening, Anna?
No.
True.
Okay. Do you want to elaborate? If it's not a good opening, why should people still play it?
I think the cow opening is easy to remember. I think it has good characteristics. I think that it's a system. You can play it however you want, and it's, like I said, very easy to remember. So I think it means that you don't have to study a lot of theory to play it. And if you don't want to study a lot of chess, and if you don't really care about really improving your chess skills in that way, you just want to play because it's fun and you just want to have something easy to remember, then I think it's good for that purpose. But I mean, I am a chess player at heart as well, and I've played chess my whole life. I know that having knights on the sides of the board doesn't necessarily mean that it's good, and it's easy to kick them away. So it's, I think, more than anything, an opening that has good characteristics, but maybe not chess-wise a good opening.
I think that's a good answer, and I think that's why we are both cow opening brand ambassadors by the end of this video.
Exactly, we're both that. I still think it's an opening that people can play and that people should play.
I know, right? It's brilliant.
You guys are gonna have to give me the footage because right before the final segment of the 1+1, I set a Puzzle Rush record. I got 60 and I should have had 61. And I think that's recorded in the Zoom call, so I'm gonna want that footage.
Alice, welcome back.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
It's super fun to have you because every time we have you, we're celebrating something. Last time, I believe it was your IM title. A couple times ago, it was your IM norm, but you're moving on now. You just earned your first gold medal with the women's team. We sometimes call it the senior women's team. It's not a slight to the women. I'm just saying your first time representing USA in a non-junior capacity. So anyway, welcome back from Poland and congratulations on your gold medal.
Yeah, thank you.
And for those of you that don't know what it means to win an individual gold in a team tournament, it basically means that Alice had the highest performance rating of anyone on board one. So my first thing I want to ask you about, when we last talked with you a few weeks ago, you said you might play board 2, but you ended up playing board 1. So did you lose a bet with Malik Kashian, the captain, or tell us how that went down?
Yeah, so I was expecting to play board 2. I guess like when I went there, I was mentally prepared to be playing on board 2. But then, so we arrived the day of the opening ceremony, and so that like we had a team meeting, and then he's like, "You're playing board 1." So I like, okay. I mean, I wasn't really prepared to be on board 1, but also I didn't do too much actual preparation for board 2. So I was like, I can be board 1 if you want me to.
I know you were cleaning up. You had like 3.5 out of 4. I don't have all your scores memorized, but you beat a world champion. You drew another former world champion. You're playing mostly GMs. Did it surprise you how well you were doing against all these GMs?
Yeah, I mean, so for me, I wasn't expecting too much. I wasn't thinking about the results, especially since it was more of a team event. We might get knocked out. But for me to have such great results, it was just really nice because there were a lot of games where I thought I would end up drawing, but I managed to like squeeze something out of nothing and win. So yeah, I was really happy with myself.
Cool. And it was played in a rapid time control most of the games. Do you feel like you excel at rapid?
I mean, I have had some good results in rapid, like at the Pro Chess League this year, and I mean, I think for rapid time control, at least I've had some experience playing against really strong players, so I think for this tournament I came in slightly more prepared, especially since like I've played some really strong players in rapid, and I was playing them also at this tournament.
The chess? I am fully ready for this.
You can go ahead and tell me the first move, even though we've already scripted it out.
Knight of 3.
Okay, there we go.
Okay,
D5?
I'm choosing d5. Okay, all right, let's just go d5. All right, good. We lost 30 seconds. It's okay, Mom. We will get them back, okay?
Yeah, there we go, D5.
You're a genius. Thanks. There were no mistakes.
Oh, wow.
No, I was okay losing to a legendary grandmaster. But if you look at your camera, Pia, it appears I've lost to a toaster.
All you see over there. But no, you haven't. You've lost to Pete.
Welcome back to Team Chess Battle 2. This is the game number 2 of the match between Team Cramling and Team Chess Kid. In the first game, we just saw how Anna and Pia united their forces and the room and came up with this score. And now Mike Klein and Alice Lee have to score back. Hopefully we're gonna see that. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
We're ready. You are not the only ones able to hug. I flew to Minnesota, gave Alice a hug. I flew back. Now we're ready.
Good. Like you should, Mike. That's the best team spirit.
Amazing. We see now Pia in the toaster room, which is the perfect location, hopefully. And now if something goes wrong, we have the plan B, which actually is a lucky plan. But in any case, I am excited to bring you back to your teams. Good luck to all. And with the white pieces, the game's gonna start soon. We will have Team Cramlings. And this is where we're gonna start hearing the reactions from. Let's go.
All right. Let's do this, Alice.
Okay, so if they play d4, play knight f6, I guess.
Yep. c4, e6, and then if they play knight c3, are we going right into a Nimzo or not?
No, play d5. It's just like threatening them with a Nimzo. I don't think they want to play against a Nimzo, so they might not go into it.
Okay, so if they play knight f3, we're playing d5 anyway?
Yeah.
Okay. And then knight c3? And then in that position, I would play c6, but that may not be the move that's the best for fighting for a win. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's possible. I think there are some other setups that, like, a6.
Okay. All right, I want them to stop giggling. Let's make good moves so they don't giggle anymore. She's freaking me out with the giggling.
So much, yeah.
All right, good luck.
Knight f6.
All right, we're confident. If you guys can hear us, we're confident. Don't worry about us.
e6.
Okay. What are we going to do? We're going to play the Benoni? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Alice is freaking out because I said the word Benoni. We're not playing the Benoni. Spoiler alert. Not.
I mean, actually, the Benoni might not have been such a bad idea. Yeah, d5.
Okay. Yes, I've given control of the opening to my double Olympiad medalist. Okay, here's the big question.
Yeah, I mean, because here black has a lot of options. I guess like we could go to Rosen and do this knight d7 move. Also c6. We could go for the Vienna, I'm not sure.
Waiting on you. You're the decision maker here.
How about knight? Actually, yeah, sure, c6. c6.
Okay. All right. Now, this is a position I teach to kids, and I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just I at least know some ideas from this position. I would never have gotten here under this move order, but that does not matter at all. And I show this game.
Because the nice thing about this is like usually results after Slav positions, but here they can't play the exchange Slav because we avoided that move order. I mean, obviously, if they only need to draw, then they probably would go for the exchange Slav.
Okay.
Knight d7. Actually, I saw like a game here in the Olympiad. I think knight d7.
Okay.
There was this game like I think between Lee Kwan Lim and Magnus Carlsen. And I think Magnus won with black in like this line. So yeah, I mean, if it's disapproved, then it's probably okay.
And the good news is, unlike Magnus, we're not arriving by bicycle soaked in Okay. I have to remember, I'm not an entertainer. I'm a chess player. Focus. If you saw Magnus beat Liam as black, then I'm very happy. Hopefully you can remember the entire game.
Yeah, I don't remember the entire game. I just okay. So I remember. I think
E takes. I assume.
Yeah, E takes.
Okay.
Yeah. This is probably my game against Tanya.
Okay. Just give me the moves.
H6. Because like the problem here is like, I mean like they went for this E5. I mean, which is like, okay. I mean it's whatever. Bishop E7. It's just like this position is kind of like boring, so it's. I mean, we can try to win, but it's also Pia has very good position always, so I'm not sure how we do.
We're going to have to win. Now, did you say you're going to go for G5 stuff or not?
No, I don't think this setup allows it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I mean, I had a game here. I think both with white and with black in the Olympiad, like against Tanya. But against Tanya, she played like I think some bishop d3, queen c2, and she castled queenside, which made obviously I'd be very happy if
yes.
they did this. Also because I know what to do. Because I reviewed the game. But yeah, like if they go for like some bishop, okay, here queen c2 is more accurate because bishop d3. I think there's some knight e4, castles, and
Castle final answer.
Yeah.
Okay. We're just gonna start treating it like a game show because like I just want to make the moves quickly. But yeah, I would love it if they castle queenside.
Rookie 8. Unfortunately, they're probably going to castle kingside. But...
I would assume so. All right. I don't know if they can hear me, but Norway's better. All right, back to real action. Okay, we're ahead on the clock. That was good, but maybe it's not a position they need a lot of time with so far.
Yeah, I hope they castle queenside. Maybe they're thinking about castling.
I don't know why they would in the match situation. Okay, let's go ahead and get a plan ready. If they castle kingside, what's the move?
If they castle kingside, I think it's knight e4.
Okay.
If they castle queenside, b5, and yeah, we can win that position.
Yeah, I know how to throw pawns at people. Oh, this is really interesting that they're not castling yet. Okay, I guess they're stopping knight e4 with this move. Maybe looks
I
like
don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is even like a move. I would have probably known. Okay, like.
I kind of want to play knight g4 and go nuts, but they could actually trade and castle kingside. And
yeah, I'm very tempted to play c5 in this position.
That is the kind of move we need to try. They're going to castle short when we play c5. Then maybe we push again and get our pawns going? I don't know. Actually, no. Maybe we just trade and put pressure on the d4 pawn.
Yeah. I mean, here we can also consider something like knight h5. I haven't seen this knight e2 move before. It's quite...
Well, knight h5, they trade bishops and castle kingside. And what's our knight doing on h5?
The knight does go to h5 in some lines, and then I think like g6, knight g7. And then like you move the knight, bishop f5.
Oh, that's deep. That's too deep for me. I mean, I see the moves, but I would never have guessed that as a plan. Okay, so c5, they castle short. And then what do we do?
I mean,
maybe we just play knight f8?
Okay, but like the thing is, like knight h5 is actually a move here. So like knight h5, bishop takes e7, queen takes e7. I guess the point is like if they castle, they might want to get a quick e4 in.
Okay, so if you want to play knight h5 and you think that's a plan, I'll play it. But you tell me. Sounds like your heart is with knight h5 and not c5.
Yeah, I'm not sure about knight h5 though, because like take castle and knight f6, and I'm not sure if they ever get any e4 in quickly. But yeah, b5 might also be a move in these situations. Like even though they didn't castle on, like if they play b5, a5, that's one of the very modern, I guess, plans. Usually it happens with knight e2 setups. It also could be interesting for like keeping tension. The idea is like b5, a5. I think we'll play like knight b6 at some point. We might get the knight to c4.
Okay, let's make a choice here. I want you to make the choice though, because these are a little more familiar to you than with me, because I'm not a d5 player. Use your gut. I trust you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I trust myself. I mean, yeah, I'm honestly not sure. This is not so easy. I'd probably just play like b5 and hope for the best.
You said b5?
Yeah, because like my problem with c5 is again like if they castle.
Am I playing it? b5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like my problem is like if they castle, c4 is possible there, and the point is like if bishop f5, I think g6. Okay, they can take on g6, but like if they can't, but also bishop f5, I'm not sure if it's even good because you can play something like knight f8, and exchanging light square bishops might not. It's usually in black's favor in these sort of setups.
Yeah, I would be happy with that.
The problem is like with c5, c4, it's just like if they play bishop e2, and I'm not sure what we're doing there because we'll be playing a4 and preventing like our b5 plan.
No problem. Don't worry about it anymore. We're not playing c5 now. So what's the big plan?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Knight b6.
Yeah, that seems natural. Okay, it's almost similar to our last game.
Yeah. I don't think they can play e4 in this position. At the very least, we can. I mean, we can consider something with b4. We can also consider taking, and I mean, they have a weak d4 pawn.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be in their nature to open the position and make it volatile given the match situation. So
Yeah, I mean, like I don't think e4 is even that serious. Like if we play b4, and then like we can take on e4 with the knight, and we probably win a pawn there. I mean, they can take on c6, but that's not very serious. I think this is a good type of position to try to play for when they're going back to s3. Okay.
Okay, so now knight e4 is more of a move. We could also just guard c6 to be extra safe.
No, I don't want to play knight e4 here because after bishop takes, I think they get knight e5 in.
Okay.
But I guess that's smart. Yeah, they're going to e5. They might play f4 at some point.
I mean, bishop e6, knight e4, rook c8. We start thinking about playing c5 after all, like b4, c5.
Yeah, we could consider c5.
But you're right, knight e5 is coming, and then f4, f5, and our bishop's going to be misplaced on e6.
Yeah, so like we could consider playing bishop b7. Like I don't think the bishop usually is so happy on b7, but I mean, it's probably better than on e6 where f4 is a nice serious idea. I think if we play bishop b7, it's actually they'll get bishop f5 in after.
Okay, so what do you want to do? These are not positions I'm too familiar with. So
bishop e6 probably because I think still like after knight e5, rook c8, f4. I'm not sure if like they want to play f5 even because we can just go back. Bishop d7. I remember my game with Wesley in the last team chess battle. We actually got like I think it might have been against Fabi and Christian in the first game.
yeah,
We played at a6 QGD, and there I think we did a similar idea. I think with like opening the position. I think it was b4 c5. Yeah, I mean here it's.
we could. I'm not going to say we need to be reckless, but I would not be against changing the pawn structure to make the game a little bit. I don't want them to just roll us over, obviously, in any score of a match, but it does make sense to go for c5 here and not worry so much about our pawn structure.
Yeah, because I think if it's by 95 and f4, I'm not sure how serious because I'm not getting like too much of an attack in immediately.
That's true. I agree with you. By the way, can we just? I want to get back to even on the clock. If they play knight e5, am I playing rook c8 pretty much right away?
Yeah, I don't think there's any other choice.
Okay. I do want to talk big picture with you. I just want to get the small picture out of the way because I think it's likely we're going to see knight e5. We got the smile off of Anna's face.
Okay.
Okay, they played rook over. Okay. I'm okay with rook c8 anyway.
Yeah, I think rook c8. I mean, why not? We're going to play rook c8. I guess like the idea, possibly for us. Okay, I mean, I think what we want mainly is to play a6 and c5 or b4 and c5.
Exactly. b4 has the drop. Go ahead.
Yeah, we could also consider knight c4 in some positions and get the knight to d6. But I think here, just like going for c5 is probably ideal.
Yeah, it's pretty clear what we're going for. They're going to I think they're actually playing quite passively. I would not be surprised if they did not play knight e4, 95 again, and they played like queen
I'm not even sure
b1.
95 is the best move in this position. Yeah.
I think they'll play queen b1. They played h3. Yeah, they're playing very slowly. Okay, so here's the big question. A6 or b4? A6 feels a little more natural to me, but it does put the pawn on a square where we can't play b4 anytime soon.
Yeah, but a6 ideal, we're just playing c5 next. We're not going to worry about b4. I think the problem with b4 is potentially white can play knight a4. We might be able
I
to
agree.
consider knight a4 there.
Let's play a6 because knight a4, I don't want to take the knight and I don't want to leave it there.
Okay, sure. I mean, obviously we want to play c5 next, but we could also we're basically threatening to play c5 at any point. I don't think they can stop it, so we could regroup our pieces. Also, something with like knight c4, knight d6, queen b6, and c5 at the right moment. I'm just not sure if c5 immediately is fantastic.
Well,
maybe
one
it is.
advantage of c5 right away is that if they trade, they don't have time to play knight d4 because of the b4 pin on the knight. So
yeah, that's true. I guess in some situations we might play g5 anyways, just to get rid of the pin. And g5 isn't a hugely terrible move because they can't immediately use any of the kinside weaknesses.
okay. All right. Well, they're trying to figure out if they really want the queen on the same line as our rook because they know c5 is coming. The whole world knows c5 is coming. Okay, yeah. They're lining up the rook with our queen. That makes sense. So now I'm a little more in favor of delaying to get our queen off the d file, but I'm not 100% sure. So c5, if they trade, I think we take with our rook. We're threatening b4. They're going to play queen e2. We did give ourselves an Isolani. I'm okay playing knight c5, knight d6 here.
Knight c4? Yeah.
Knight c4, yeah. You ready for it?
Sure. Go for it.
Look at their last 4 moves. They're refusing to open the position or do anything exciting. They're playing moves like h3 and just putting their rooks in the middle. All very normal moves, but I think they're playing very cautiously given the match situation.
Yeah.
Or maybe given Pia's style. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, if they take, I'm assuming I'm taking with the b pawn. Not that they're going to take, but I'm just making sure. Seems really weird to give away the entire center. I don't think they're taking our knight, but I'm just, again, I'm always trying to get a little bit ahead here.
Yeah, probably just take with the b pawn. But it's taking with the d pawn e4. I don't think it works for any tactical reason, so there's no reason to go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting how they're not really improving their position. I guess b3, they know we're going back to d6. D like dog.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a good type of position to get, especially considering the match situation.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's good to keep the tension, so they keep thinking, and when they get lower on time, then obviously it's preferable for us. And
it's true. Yeah, this is the second straight match where we got ahead 2 or 3 minutes at the start, and we gave it back, and now we're back to being ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they're running out of improvement moves. And they don't want to play e4, I don't think. They don't want to give themselves an isolated pawn.
Yeah, they didn't. They're going to f4, which is very reasonable.
Do you want to play g5, bishop g3, knight d6?
Yeah, it's possible.
The only other option is knight d6, but then they play knight f4.
I mean, we could consider playing something like knight h5 here.
That's true.
But like, I'm not sure if it's so great to like exchange dark square bishops. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Yeah, I'm just thinking like if g5 has any like immediate consequences. Because I think like the problem is like if we play g5, bishop g3, knight d6. I guess there we want to play knight e4 probably next. But if they play knight e5, do we get c5 in? Maybe it takes knight e4. Play b4 though. That's a bit concerning.
Well, you know what? We could play knight d6 here, keep the tension like you said. If they play knight f4, we just calmly play bishop d7 and threaten g5 then.
Yeah, I think that sounds good because like I don't know if they want to
Can I play it?
bishop. Yeah, sure.
Okay, sorry. I don't mean to keep cutting you off. I just, I want to get the move on the board. But yeah, we didn't exercise a lot of caution in that last game when we should have backed up with our knight. But knight f4 here, and her pieces are getting all kinds of like jumbled up after bishop d7.
Yeah. I mean, bishop g3 will be played because I don't want to go back to e2. It doesn't make any sense. And then we can play knight e4, and actually we might get c5 in very quickly. So it looks pretty promising if they do play knight f4.
Right, and there we get the bishop to go back without having to weaken our position, without ever having to play g5 at all.
Yeah, so I think this is a okay position for black. Like last time, I wasn't confident in our position out of the opening, but here I think we caught what we wanted.
Yeah, I'm feeling okay. I don't know that the eval bar is going to say we're markedly better, but it's not going to say we're worse. Okay, so now c6 might be hanging.
Yeah, it's definitely the idea for them to take.
Okay, so if we play c5 and they take, and we play knight e4, ooh, actually our d pawn is quite pinned.
Yeah,
that may not work.
We
We could bring our knight the other way. Actually, maybe that's not true either. Actually, it might be true. c5 take, knight c4. If they play knight takes, we play b takes.
And bishop takes c4.
We're getting our pawn back.
Bishop takes c4. And then after rook takes, and then you can move the queen like queen b1.
But it feels like our queen has somewhere to go at that point to attack something to get out of the pin on the d file.
Maybe it's best to go. Okay, I don't want to say go back to c4 because there's still knight to f4, and there might be more of a concern. But also, if we play like a knight c4, I think we do have the idea of like taking on. I mean, hopefully our bishop won't get trapped.
Okay, shoot. We're losing on time. c5 takes, knight c4. I'm trying to make it work.
Don't play c5.
Okay. I was just analyzing, that's all.
No, it doesn't work.
Okay, so what do you want to do to guard our c-pawn?
I mean, knight's back to c4.
You want me to go ahead and play it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, if they go back to f3, which I don't think they will, then we can consider something else. I don't think I'll go back to f3 because the point is, like, we don't have to play knight d6 back. We can just play, like, queen b6 or something more reasonable. Okay. Yeah, probably knight d6 immediately wasn't the best fast move.
Yeah, we didn't realize how weak our c-pawn was going to be, but it's okay. Are they going to play f4 here, or is there any world they play f4?
Yeah, no, because knight takes e3. I mean, they could consider taking on c4 and playing f4, but...
Yeah. But they don't need to play f4 if they take on c4, so...
Yeah. I mean, I'd be happy. We got like knight e4 and open b file, semi-open b file.
Okay, Pia's not talking. That's good. Oh, now she's talking. I don't. Actually, I'm not being silly. Like, I don't want her to have like 5 moves ready. Like, I'm gonna go here, here, here. My pieces.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they'll go back. It just like, even though like they're fine with the draw, it just like usually in these type of positions, once their opponent made a slightly inaccurate move, which knight d6 probably was, don't go back.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy if they play b3, so I'm not worried about that move. We will accept the pawn structure change. Yeah, this is the moment where I think both of our clocks drain down in the opening game, that middle game. Because you could be thinking one total thing, I could be thinking some completely other thing.
Yeah.
It's fascinating how fast time goes in this format.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like what ends up happening is I'm thinking of this c5 pawn sack line, and you give me a very reasonable like 4-move sequence to think about, and then I've got to decide if I'm going to like jettison my pawn sack idea and listen to my partner. Anyway, we probably shouldn't. Okay, they did go back. All right, so what's
Okay.
your improvement here?
I guess like not knight d6, yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
I think. Okay, never mind.
Just play queen a5. Just put our queen on like a normal square.
Queen e5, maybe. Yeah, but there's like a3 maybe, and that I don't know. I like queen b6 a little bit better.
Okay, but put the queen somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to just go to b6? I just want to pick one. You do
Yeah.
it? Okay.
And now I think c5 is actually like a very, it's a very serious idea now because like we got our queen. Okay, c5 was probably even possible last move. It's just like when c5 is good, yeah, because in some scenarios, why did you say put a cat?
Okay, I was thinking about this move. I was actually thinking of playing knight a3, b4. Is that crazy with me?
That's very interesting.
Takes away the c3 square from the knight. We can still play for c5. Our knight is totally fine.
What's the idea if we play knight d6?
What's their idea?
Yeah. I guess knight of...
What if they go back to e5 and threaten our pawn again?
No, it won't be threatening our pawn because it's more defended. We can play something like probably rook c7, knight takes c6, bishop f8. Okay, or king f8. I don't know. Yeah, but I like your idea with knight a3 before, so we can go for that.
Okay. Yeah, on one level it looks weird, but on another level it could be a little annoying to deal with. You want to just play b4? Okay, we got a couple of moves in there quickly. The old Nakamura play, right? Have the second move ready. Okay, well, this idea of delaying c5 for a million moves is making us both drain our clocks. I don't know. I don't know if that's better. I think Anna might be faster than me.
If it gets down to blitz, I mean, there's a 10-second increment, so there's not really blitz still.
Yeah.
Fast.
Anna is saying that her mom was making most of the moves, although she might have just been a nice daughter by saying that in game one. We don't really have any way to verify.
Okay, let's see. Okay, like the problem is actually for them, our knight is very good. Like, what they're going to do is they're probably going to play f4 next and try to do something about. But I'm not sure. Like, if they play f4, we can. Okay, I mean c5 immediately loses material, but.
Okay, this is where we're going to be low on time if we don't make a quick decision. You want to just back our knight up? Our knight's backing up probably at some point, right?
The problem is, like, I don't want to exchange darker bishops because ours looks pretty good.
Okay.
But okay, let's see if. Okay, I think a5 is fine, but I don't think they're gonna play f4 because, like, if they play f4, I like the idea of like moving the knight and then, yeah, just moving the knight, knight d7, and of course, like, probably bishop f2 is best, but if bishop takes e7, rook takes e7, they can't play f5. They just take on e. Okay, that's their idea.
Okay, I guess we might have forgot that was coming.
Yeah. Knight d7, I guess, maybe.
Feel like they're slightly taking control of the position with the g6 square.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, knight takes d6 probably doesn't work, hopefully.
Oh, we're taking on h4, aren't we? If they play
Yeah,
knight takes e6, we're taking on h4?
yeah. Knight takes
Wait,
where?
and we're not, because our knight on g7 is
No, we're taking on e5.
Okay, take that one first. Got it. Yeah, because I just realized our knight on d7 was
See, like,
hanging.
the problem is, though, I don't really like this position after knight takes e6, knight takes e5, bishop takes e7. Because, okay, there we probably have to take on e7, but they get, like, knight c5, and, I mean, it's just, like, kind of unpleasant. I guess there we can actually take on d3, though, and get knight b5, knight c3, and possibly. So maybe it's not so terrible. Of course, I can play, like, knight f4 and try to prevent all of this, but I mean, it's always good because it's harder for them to double on the c file now that we got b4 in.
That's true. Yep. Okay, so let's get some moves ready. If we think knight takes e6, which is what I think they're going to play, we're playing knight takes e5. There is no knight takes g7 trick because we have knight takes d3. So they're definitely taking our knight back on e5. But then if we take their bishop on h4, aren't we... I guess the knight goes back to f4.
Now we'll take on e6, and then we get c5 in.
Okay. Okay. I was just looking for imbalances, but may not be able to justify my line of play. We can also cross that bridge when we come to it, and we can... But we got ahead a minute here. That's an important minute. They have so many captures to make. All right, if they take our knight on d7, I know what to do. If they take our bishop on e7, I know what to do. So they're taking something.
Yeah.
If they take on e6, am I taking on e5 pretty much right away?
Yeah. There's
Okay.
no other move.
Okay, I just want to have that next move like really fast. Even if we just get to an equal game, this clock is going to be a thing. They're both deep in thought. Pia's talking and Anna's not. So Pia might be doing most of the moves here. And it might come down to me versus Anna.
Take.
Okay, taking.
Take.
Let's see if they have that third move ready. Rook up. They're stopping knight b5 because they're going to take our knight with their bishop.
Yeah, this is pretty annoying. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. I think we should probably move the rook away because otherwise they're going to play knight takes d5 at some point. So, like,
okay.
Rook e8, probably. Rook c8.
c8?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like a knight on a3 is a very bad piece.
Yeah, I wish we could trade light squared bishops, but we don't have time to play bishop c8, bishop a6. Because they're going to double rooks in the next move. Now, they're so queenside heavy. I want to play g5 f5. I realize if I play g5 now, they're going to play knight h5 and we're in trouble. So
yeah,
it's not a plan right now.
Okay, I mean, like, this thing is also, they still can't do too much. It's just like, it's if they rook c1, that's like they're not really doing anything. Like, the rook on c5 is kind of stupid because they can't go anywhere, so they have to move the rook back. So I don't think they're going to play rook c1. Like, it's hard for them to do anything, but also it's like.
But we need something to do if they play rook c1. Okay, rook c1 played.
I mean, sitting.
I didn't see what we're supposed to do.
We don't have. Okay, we can move our queen around or something, and.
Well, a5 is loose.
Yeah.
So our queen can't go too many places.
I mean, we could sit and wait, but there's no winning with sitting and waiting. But like honestly, objectively, it's the best. Probably like I don't know, rook d8, bishop e8, try to play rook d6 or something. And
what if they play rook a8 with the idea of at least thinking about playing a4?
I'm just not sure if like a4 is ever really.
I know. I'm just giving them the thought that we might play a4. I don't know. You want to play rook d8 and just waste time?
Yeah, I like wasting time.
Whoa. Is there a weird tact where they play rook takes d5? No, there's not. Okay.
like, okay, we can play bishop e8, rook d6 next, and pretend that we're doing something.
Okay.
Actually, like, here, we might consider. I mean, like, I have no idea what we're doing, but it makes
Okay,
maybe.
we're going to play on the clock a little bit. This is not the worst position to play on the clock a little bit, because
Like, get bishop e8 ready quickly, because I don't think they can do anything. Like, bishop e8 is also good because I mean, I'm not even sure they're not going to take on d5, but it's. I like the rook getting to d6.
okay, yeah, it's a plan. You're right. It's something to do, and Pia is very methodical. She's going to think about a lot of moves and talk a lot. And I'm not saying that to throw any shade at Pia in case my mic is on, but it is part of our strategy that we were talking about. So we need moves that keep the position stable, but give them something like a little bit to think about. By the way, if our bishop goes to e8, we're slightly keeping an eye on h5 in case we. I know I'm stuck on this g5 f5 idea, which we can't play. Okay, so queen over. Okay, now they're rerouting the queen. That's probably a smart idea.
No idea where they're going, but okay.
But if we play bishop e8, they could play queen g4 and start giving lip service to some sort of attack.
Yeah.
I think we need to keep our bishop there. We're running out of pieces on our king side. What if we play rook a8 now?
I mean, like, if we play bishop e8, queen g4, we can still play, like, okay, I guess they're right. Like, rook d6, probably knight h5, g6.
Yeah. Well, actually, she might just put her queen on c8 at that point.
Okay, but we can play rook d8. I mean, draw. Not much to do. But yeah, okay. It's just like a hard position to play for a win. I don't.
If we play rook a8, at least our queen can travel to the king side, and we can think about
play g6 here, and then our idea is h5.
g6. Okay, I got to play something. I hope there's no sacks. So king g7 we can always play, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they have any sacks. And g6 is also a good move in general. Yeah, because like preventing queen h5 or and if we play h5, I don't think they can sacrifice anything.
Really?
Knight h5, you play f5 or f6. It's fine. All right.
What if we play king g7 first here?
Queen g3. Okay, like, the only problem is like if they play h5, queen g3, and then they're actually like legitimately threatening some stuff. So
Yeah.
bishop e8 here might not be terrible though.
Can I play it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're losing our advantage on the clock, but yeah, they're creating some threats against us, which is annoying.
Yeah, I would have loved it if they create no threat against us whatsoever. But yeah. Slightly annoying. I mean, like, they're not really threatening. You can play king of fate here, probably.
Hope they don't play bishop takes g6. No, they can't play that kind of stuff. Never mind. Yeah, we're just not doing anything here. Queen h4. They're just slowly increasing their.
I mean, they can play bishop takes g6.
Well, they're going to play queen h4. Here's what they're going to play.
No, they can play bishop takes g6. And it might be, like, annoying. We might have to play, like, king f7 and, like, go for that, like, 2 minor pieces versus the rook. Because, like, we can't let them take this d6 pawn. Okay, king f8 was probably kind of a stupid move.
Okay, they're below a minute at least, and they're taking a big risk by sacrificing at this point. It's not in their nature to sacrifice, so that's at least that.
But, like, if it's a good sacrifice, then they should go for it. And I think it's a good sacrifice because it's just, like, objectively winning. Okay,
they did play queen h4. That's what I expected.
I guess we have to play h5. Queen f6, and we're actually queen f6 is we're getting mated. Okay, so yeah, that might have been smart by them too. King f8 was very stupid.
I guess we're just giving the h6 pawn.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. We can't play queen c7 even though. All of our pieces stink compared to theirs.
Well, yeah, sure, rook d6. I mean, look, the problem is rook d6, queen takes, king g8, knight h5, yeah, and f5. We can hope and pray for the best. Bishop takes f5.
Is that what we're doing?
7. Yeah, I guess. I mean, like, it's very kind of like hopeless, but they still have to, I guess, create something. Like, we might be playing f5 next. Bishop takes f5 doesn't work because actually it does work. Probably queen d8 at some point just to like.
Okay, let's get a move ready in case of knight h5. I'm playing f5 right away. Okay, they went back. Now what?
Queen d8 probably. They can't play rook takes a5 either. f6.
Okay.
I hope they play rook e1 and we have rook takes e3. But rook e1 makes no sense, so they're not going to do it.
Yeah, I was looking at rook takes e3 stuff too. They're low on time at least. We've given them something to think about. I'm not against trading queens, even though that seems crazy. How about rook a7 and trade queens?
Yeah, sure.
Just try to play against their clock.
I mean, we're not going to win this. But it's like very difficult to.
I know, but we have to stop thinking like real chess players and think about the fact that it's a team format. So
Yeah.
anything. Okay, they didn't even trade queens.
Yeah, because our king is too weak.
Queen f6, and if they play h5, we play g5. I guess their knight would go back at that point.
Maybe we can play queen f6 anyways.
Queen f6. Do we have an answer for h5 though?
I mean, they're not threatening anything much.
Okay. The minute they move that bishop, we're playing knight b5. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Okay, I mean,
king g7? Oh no, they're going to take and play knight h4, 5 and fork us.
we could play a4, I guess.
Okay. If they take on g6, I'm playing pawn takes right away, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. Knight h5, I just moved my queen. I got to guard the rook. Okay. Don't hang
Probably
anything.
e7.
Okay. e7 or e6?
E7, I think.
e7 avoids the draw, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
Back.
I mean, okay, we go back to e7 because e6 there's no point. I'm just thinking of like if there's any way to
Move the king up. Knight h5. King h7. See what happens. Can I just move the king up?
Can we take on b3?
Sure, why not? Now it's a different position. Ha ha ha! Now we can play queen f6 again.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I don't want to gain time because I think we need to play on the clock. Should I just play king g7 and see what happens?
Sure.
Okay. They're going to play knight h5 check.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like objectively lost positions are objectively lost positions. So like,
I'm going to go here. Now I'm going to go here. I'm not asking you, but I avoided the draw. That's all I was able to do.
Okay.
Okay, now we're playing chess again.
I don't want to pick chess at this position again.
It's okay. We got to think positively. If we don't think positive, nobody else out there in internet land is going to be positive for us.
How about rook h7?
Okay, why not? Knight g5 is going to be played. We're going to play rook h5. They're going to play f4.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do that.
Now, are we thinking about getting our bishop to d7 and then f5, and then our knight is rescued? Why don't we do that?
Sure.
Okay, I don't want to play rook h5 because our rook's going to be offside. Okay, now they're trading
Now
queens.
they're trading queens because it's, I guess, more ideal for them.
Okay, can I play bishop d7 here?
No, because then bishop takes g6.
Got it.
We can take, I guess, and I don't. Okay, I mean, maybe we could have played, I guess, queen e7 first.
Sorry, I'm just making some moves here.
Wait, no, you should play rook a7 because now they're
Yeah.
gonna play. They might play like rook a5 and like if they don't play rook a5, play rook a7 next.
But I didn't want to hang my g6 pawn.
No, the
I guess I
g6 pawn.
wasn't. I guess I wasn't, yeah.
Yeah, that's not hanging. Okay, I mean, like we do have like idea of g5. I don't know, but like rook a5. Okay, rook
Play it now?
a7. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's just like this is an objectively bad
Okay, but
position.
don't keep. I know. You and I both know that, but we're still playing chess, and they're still going to get low on time every once in a while, and we're just going to see what happens.
Yeah, maybe they'll blunder a rook.
Maybe I'll blunder a rook. All right. Can I just move my king closer?
King e7, sure.
E7, is that right?
Or, yeah. I mean, I don't. No, this is just like a very unpleasant position.
Okay. King d7.
Sure.
Okay.
Queen to king to b6, I guess. What else?
Can I play g5, bishop g6, get rid of the bishop so our knight gets back in the game?
If you want to.
They're going to play knight f3, knight e5 is what they're going to play.
Yeah, I play king c7, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, my plan was no longer good once I saw what they were doing.
King b6, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know the kings. And we can move the rook somewhere now.
Should we just play g5 and get the pawn out of harm's way?
No, I mean, yeah, we don't have much. I just don't like g5 in general, but the pawn in g6 is pretty good. It's just like this position is like impossible to win.
Okay.
Maybe play rook. Okay, no, rook
e6 maybe.
Maybe rook f6. I don't know why, but actually, I mean, they're gonna play e4, and it's kind of unpleasant. But yeah.
E4, yeah.
Can we play rook a5? I'm not sure if exchanging. Actually, play rook h7 probably. Actually, g5 here. Fine.
Okay.
And then we can hope that they'll blunder mate after we play rook h7, rook h6.
Well, making threats is part of what we need to do here, so I'm not against it.
Yeah, I mean, like, hopefully they'll flag. It's just like
they're not playing quickly. Remember, they're sitting on their position. They're not trying to improve.
The good thing is like if they play bishop g4, we play knight b5. Right?
They might play knight d3 and go after our b pawn.
Yeah, they might. They might.
But then, do we double rooks and go for mate? That's probably what they're analyzing right now. We can't guard our b pawn, so rook a7 quickly.
Sure.
Okay.
We have knight c4 ideas in some positions.
Mm-hmm.
Like knight takes b4, rook h6, king f. Okay, king f1 is mate. Okay.
Okay. Now they weakened their e pawn.
Yeah.
For what that's worth. Why don't I play rook e7 and see what they do?
Sure. Rook e6 maybe. Okay, whatever. Rook e6 I like better, but.
Sorry, I had to play one.
Yeah.
Okay, now if king over, we double rooks. And yeah, we're starting to overwork the d4 pawn. You want to double rooks? Or you want to play g4? I think we double rooks. I think we should make decisions quickly.
Yeah, double rooks.
Okay. Remember, our clock is our only thing right here.
Rook h6.
h6, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they get the rook to h1, it's kind of over. Really?
Well, why don't I go back when they play their knight back? Why don't I sack on e5 and play knight c4?
Okay, sure. I mean, they can take on c4 with the rook.
Actually, why don't I just play knight c4?
No, don't.
Okay.
I mean, this is very annoying. Yeah, they're threatening us with a draw.
All right. I feel like I need to just make a move, though.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm just making a move.
But, like, what are we going to do when they go back to d3?
Should I play g4 and just try something?
Sure.
They might play knight e5. If we can get our pawn to g3, it's like a little thought in our mind that something is happening.
No, but
they're gonna
like 95 back. Okay, I mean
they took. So rook g7. Think about playing knight e3. Oh, I can push. I can play g3 check.
yeah, you could. It's just like losing though.
Okay, but
I mean, you
at
could
least
remove
but we have some activity at least. I mean, it's not much, but
rook to c3. If they play bishop d3, it's annoying. Our knight's getting trapped also.
just take on b3.
Sure. I don't know why they did that. They should have played bishop d3.
Okay, so let's stay confident though. Okay.
Wait, this is good though. Like, I don't. Why would they?
If they play knight d3, our knight gets back in the game.
No, but like king f2 is just like very.
Let's keep them under the
Okay,
pressure.
they can play knight c2. But okay. I mean, like, they should not have allowed rook takes b3. Maybe they missed that it's hanging. I don't know. Like, bishop d3 would just become completely winning, I think. Okay, knight c2. Let's see.
I think we should play knight b1 and keep things crazy. I'm being serious.
Knight b1.
You want to do it?
No, because, but like,
They have like a knight a1 weird draw. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I think take. Wait, actually, like taking is.
What about rook f4? How do they guard their pawn?
Sure, play rook f4. Wait, that's the opposite. Quite good. Because now we're like putting some pressure. Pre-move taking on a3. And then if rook b1, obviously king c7.
Yep.
I mean, they might go rook d1. Okay, they might play rook d1, which is smart, but
we can double rooks and win the pawn and play some chess. I mean, it's something,
I don't know
right?
if we can double rooks. I don't know if we can double rooks because maybe they'll flag here. I don't know. Like, because after rook d1,
should I play rook a2 or rook a4?
King d6.
King d6. Okay, I'll play it. If you like it, you like it. Let's keep the pressure on their clock.
I think play rook h. Actually, no, don't play rook h4. Actually, bishop g6. I don't know. Bishop g6. Like they have to make a decision.
Okay.
I mean, they'll play rook d2. Definitely.
Yeah, I wanted our rook on a2 bad. Oh well. Let's not worry about it. Okay, rook over.
Rook c.
Rook c3.
Kind of like.
Yeah, just kind of dance. Just do a little dance.
Yeah. I don't think it's we probably have to play rook f6 back at some point, like next, because we're not going to win the d4 pawn, but rook f6, I suppose, or we can play rook h4, and I don't know, just whatever you want. I don't really care.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder what the right strategy is. If I should just take over and make random moves just to put the pressure on their clock. I'm not sure.
Oh, they almost lost.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, the thing is, like, it's very hard here to actually, like...
Okay, I'm just going to make a move. I'm just going to keep that pressure on their clock.
Okay, play rook b3. We don't want them to double on, like, rook b... Okay, here they play rook g7, yeah, and...
Just bishop b1 or something random?
Bishop... Sure. I mean, bishop f5 is, like, a bit better.
Yeah, we could play g4 because we play bishop e4, and then suddenly we have a problem.
They're going to play rook a2.
Well, rook a2, we play rook b4.
Yeah, that's true.
We're hoping for g4.
Yeah. Okay, bishop d7.
Okay. I think we need to go after the d pawn and push our pawns and make it like a weird race.
The problem is, like, we can't win the d pawn because it's very solid.
So you're thinking like a chess player, not like a team chess battler.
Okay, wait. Play rook b1 and try to threaten rook b1. I don't know why.
Maybe we'll go after the g pawn. Maybe we'll play like rook g8, rook h1, rook h2.
Yeah, rook g8.
Can I play rook h1 first?
Sure.
And now rook g8. They're just messing around.
Okay. They're gonna play f4, but I wanted to play rook h4 first.
Okay, well, perhaps. Threatening bishop h3, maybe? Maybe not, though. Maybe they'll trap my rook. I play king g1 or something.
Yeah, they will.
I'm just giving them stuff to think about. I don't actually think I'm winning any pawns here.
Rook h3.
Rook what?
Rook h3.
Doesn't threaten anything.
Yeah, okay, but we're winning the rook g3, whatever. Okay, play rook h4, it's fine.
Yeah, rook h4, I like it.
Um,
I'm going to swing the other rook to b8, and I'm going to play
Sure.
rook b4.
I mean, king e3 then, but okay.
But still, they're very apprehensive of making any progress here.
Yeah, they're playing safe. Rook h1.
Yep.
Like, the problem is, like, this is annoying because, like, okay, whatever. It's just like, this position is very difficult to make progress. And they're playing it very safe, so it's hard for them to lose if they're not aiming to win.
Yeah, if they're playing it safe, Alice, they have to get low on the clock a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just making some threats here. I'm staying positive. Okay. Not worried.
At some point, do you think we'll have to play c5? I mean, like, here it's not possible because of rook a6, but...
We're pretty far from the 50 move rule, though. We had 66. We have to move 116.
Yeah, that's true.
Just give them a chance. Give them a chance to see if they mess up a little bit. We have like 30 more moves in our pocket here.
Try to move the bishop around, I guess, a bit, and I don't know what, but... King g3, rook h1, maybe.
King g3, rook h1?
Not really.
The ultimate just random chess move.
Yeah, it's the position. How to like move the bishop somewhere, like to pretend we're doing something. Also, in case we don't accidentally through-fold.
Okay, I like it.
Bishop f5. I don't think they're going to play g4, even though it's probably best.
Yeah, we want to give them the thought every single turn. We want them thinking about playing g4.
Yeah.
Although our rooks are very badly placed to meet g4.
Bishop c2. And then there's rook c3. Never mind, don't play bishop c2. Oops. No, there's rook c3. This is bad.
Oh, I just played it because you said it.
It's like we can play rook b2. And yeah, I mean it.
Sorry, I just heard you say it and I played it. It's my fault.
Rook b2. Rook b2 is the only move. They're gonna play king e3 though. And then we can play rook b3.
Okay. Way to keep the game alive there. Yeah, I hallucinated. I thought bishop d1 was winning and I forgot about it.
Like the only problem is here is like it's just like we can't move the we might have to play. Okay, yeah, that's smart.
Are we Zugzwand here?
No, it's just like rook c5's idea is that if we move the bishop, it's no like.
So, but what move do we have? Rook a2?
Sure.
But if they just move the rook back and forth, how do we ever get out of the pin? Oh, I
mean,
guess we have.
No, they're gonna start pushing the pawns. This is losing.
Actually, rook c5 is smart because now if we ever play bishop b3,
Yeah.
they'll take the a rook.
The bishop c2 was. Okay, I mean.
Yeah, we can't move now.
Yeah, I think this is like was on. Okay, but like.
Okay, but now our king's not in check. At least when we move our bishop, right?
Yeah, but then we'll just be handing a rook. I mean, we can play bishop b3. I guess the idea.
And go into a losing bishop and pawn endgame. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, like the problem with bishop b3 is that rook takes a2 is, then they have a check.
Oh, they have a check. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's a position. Play king e7 and after.
King
I mean, like
E7?
here we're not. Yeah, here we're not gonna win, so we can just like I don't know how to. What would rook take c6, bishop f5 or something.
Does that work? I guess it works. Hey, can I play rook d1? No, I can't.
Yeah. I mean, just take it, I guess. Because like, it's not like this endgame is impossible to win. Don't train rooks, play like rook f1. So like I probably would have just drawn you though.
Well, we had to try for a win though.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like some positions are just impossible to win. Bishop
b5?
Sure. I mean, like.
Yeah, I see a mate. We get our king to f5, we get our rook to e2.
If we can f4, and then king f6, I guess we can try to. King f6. I mean, it could be worse. Even though
it's pretty bad. We're just making moves now.
Could be worse.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it was maybe drawn, but the match situation is that we had to go for a win. So, oh boy, they're even playing like accurately till the end here.
I mean, they have to play risky when they don't have any other move, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
They play rook h1. I'd probably just resign.
I take the pawn on g7 and hope.
Okay, but we flag him.
Okay, king e5. This is just resign up more. I play bishop e2, I guess, and I hope that we get some sort of fortress after if we put the bishop on e4. Bishop f3, yeah. Oh no, don't do that. That was bishop f3.
You want to just resign?
Bishop f3. Okay, yeah, I resign.
Oh, wow, that was rough. I appreciate all your partnership, but we got into position. They sat on the position. They just sat on top of us.
No, but like bishop c2 was very stupid. I mean, like I shouldn't have suggested it in the first place.
We were just in a situation where I was playing on the clock, and we probably weren't going to win anyway, right? So I wouldn't worry about that too much.
Like I mean, bishop c2. I mean, we could still try. It's just like bishop c2. It's just completely. I mean,
okay.
It's probably holding in a classical game. Like no, the problem is like I think there we can like it's possible to make a draw, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, our two best options in the endgame were to put a rook on the second rank or win the d pawn, because then we could have actually moved our pawns. And I didn't realize if we didn't win the d pawn right away, we were never winning the d pawn.
Cramling wins the matchup with 2-0 against Team Chess Kids. Anna was winning with your mom everything you wanted it to be.
I feel like I have become like 30 years older. This match was so stressful. I have never been this stressed in my whole life. I really did not know that this is how I was gonna feel, but I don't know. I felt even more focused than I am in my own chess tournaments. Like, this was insane. And I just felt like when we were so close, I really didn't want to mess it up, especially having, my mom on the team. I really didn't want to be the cause of us messing up in any way. So yeah, no, this was crazy, but I'm very happy.
I was so happy you find this beautiful Queen H4 in the
Well, Queen H4, yeah, I'm really happy that we found that there too. I was able to come up with some inputs here and there, but it was mostly you, Mom. But yeah, no, it was very stressful.
And Mike, how long until you? Yes, go ahead. Sorry, Mike.
I know you're controlling the action, Dina, and I apologize. I am a journalist by nature. Anna, I gave you 8 stress peshkas. 8. You own the second most number of stress peshkas of anybody on this earth. Why did you not use one? Sorry, Dina, your question, please.
Because my parents have them. Mike, my parents have them. They're in front of the TV. They literally look at them every single day. They wake up and they look at this chess.
Your mom can hear you, and she's in the other room.
I know. It's a little secret. Sorry, Mom. We won. I got to share it. I'm too excited right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, I was saying, how long until Alice takes over as Chief Chess Officer of Chess Kid?
What time is it? I give it until dinner time. Alice was able to prove a couple of things. 1, I'm very slow and old. 2, see number 1.
Yeah, I was actually gonna tell you, Mike. Now I understand why you only made it to FM and non-IM, which I mistakenly supposed.
Wow, the most shade from the host. I thought we were North Carolina buddies. I guess not.
Oh yeah, it's a fun fact. We live like 20 minutes again. Yeah. Well, okay. Anyways, well, probably one last question to Mike and Alice. So, was it all Mike's fault?
Sure. No, I mean, like, bishop c2, I mean, we didn't have to lose this game. It's just, like, we didn't get any chances. Because, like, I suggested bishop c2 first, but I was like, no, but then he played it anyway.
We were, yeah. But I think, I don't think we can play so easily, with the 2 rooks. Yeah, maybe g4, king, g3. But with the 2 rooks, I thought it was not so easy, and we were happy.
Yeah,
I think the endgame, it was like impossible to win for black. So like objectively, if we were trying to hold it, our task would be a bit different. But since like you guys were okay with the draw based on the math situation, it was like difficult to play the endgame.
Yeah, you just sat there. You just sat in your chair.
Yeah,
Why?
I wanted to do things, Mike. I wanted to go up with the king, and my mom was like, no, Anna, go king f2, king e3, king f2, king e3. Don't do anything. They will not know what to do. And I was like, but mom, we can like run up and do a bunch of things. But yeah, I'm happy to hear that it was annoying to face.
Yes, you were annoying, but you played very well. And I'm happy I lost to a legend, Anna, referring to the person above you.
I get that, Mike. It's okay.
That's as mean as I'll ever be to you.
It's totally fine, Mike. I accept that. You and me were the worst ones in the team, so you know how it feels.
Okay, so a little private match between Alice and Pia coming next. Huh?
One beautiful day.
Okay.
Let Pia test herself first on Gotham Chess.
That's right. Pia's playing Gotham, so maybe the winner of that will play Alice. Okay. Anyway, Dina, any more questions for how sad I am?
Unfortunately, no, Mike.
Okay.
So on that note, I actually wanted to bring you guys to the bracket to see what we have next. Well, now that Mike and Alice are knocked out, as it goes, yes, Pia and Anna are to face the winners of Spanish team Pepe and David, or Kostya and David Chess Dojos. We'll see next. But in any case, the next matchup that we are gonna see is gonna be against George Bartholomew and the worst teammate ever, also known as Chess Chief Officer of Chess.com, Danny Rensch. And that is going to take place on Wednesday against Eric Rosen and Nemo at noon Eastern. Very excited for that. And, well, what a match. I'm actually still holding my emotions because I was just as nervous as our players for amazing show. Congrats once again, Anna and Pia. Family connection bond proved themselves.
Yes, congratulations, Cramlings. Great match.
Thank you. And it was great playing you guys as well. We couldn't have asked for nicer opponents.
I'm glad we made you stressed. So if there's a stressed column, I think they were more stressed.
Very strong. I'm shaking. I'm literally shaking right now. But thank you so much. It was so much fun to be part of this.
Tusen tack.
Tusen tack.
Tusen tack.
All right, and we're gonna take you to the wrap-up of the show. Let's see how it all went.
The chess? I am fully ready for this.
You can go ahead and tell me the first move, even though we've already scripted it out.
Knight of 3.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, I'm choosing d5. Okay, all right, let's just go d5. All right, good. We lost 30 seconds. It's okay, Mom. We will get them back, okay?
Yeah, there we go, d5.
All right. I can hear you from the other room. Can you please shout, Mom, and I'll hear you? So you can sit in the same room as me. Okay, we have this position now, so let's not think about what happened. We got this. We got this. We're gonna bring them down on time. Their time is ticking down. This you're a genius. Wait, d4?
Yes.
That is an easy first move.
See it anyway.
And
Yeah, I think rook c8. I mean, why not?
that's what I was saying. After knight e4, can we not just capture the pawn on c6?
Whoa. Is there a weird tactic they play rook takes d5?
So where are they going to put the king? I have no idea.
King g7? Oh no, they're going to take and play knight e4.
I have 2 seconds. I had 1 second. We have to go faster. I went
You're
down.
thinking like a chess player, not like a team chess battle.
c3, this was a mistake, Anna. Go rook c3 now. But I will win.
Oh, that was rough. I'm happy I lost to a legend, Anna, referring to the person above you.